So I've been doing a bit of tinkering with my old Hornby R450 here, the old Class 2P. I put a new rear bearing in, which quieted it down a little bit, as I thought it would, but it still makes a bit of a grinding noise. It's a bit of a horrible sound, just like you hear it. And just hear it there. Interestingly, if I put a battery on this, hang on, I'll just back this up. I've got a little 9-volt battery here, which I'm just going to put across the rails, and listen to the difference. No grinding noise. Turn the battery around. So that kind of tells me that it could be my controller. I use the Hornby HM2000 and it does have pulse wave modulation. So I'm not an electrician, so I'm not going to try and attempt to explain pulse wave modulation, but I understand that it is to try and improve speed control, and it's why with this controller you do get very smooth pull away and very good slow speed control, which is one of the reasons I got the HM2000. The main reason I got the HM2000 is the connectivity at the back is really good and much better than the D-Series Gauge Master, which was the other controller I was looking at, and this is also cheaper. So I would be very interested to hear from anyone who uses a Gauge Master controller as to whether you think it would quieten this down. I mean, it's not bad, so I'm not really too bothered about it. And 2-track, I think it's the D-Series Twin Gauge Master, or ideally the 3-track one. A lot of money to splash out on an experiment. So I'd be very interested to hear from anyone who uses a Gauge Master and just what they think. Would it make this any quieter? Another problem this had was connectivity. The 440 wheel configuration, kind of similar to my little Caledonian Pug. It just got a bit stuttery over points and would completely stop on a diamond crossing at one point. Okay, so what I've done is I've replaced the wheels on this tender, which was a bit of an operation because the old wheels, it's these old plastic things here, and the steel axle goes right through, and you have to get the wheels off, you have to use a punch or a drift, you might call it, and batter the axle out or push it out, and then the wheels just come out. But I got these Hornby R8098 replacement wheels, so I thought that should be easy enough. Take the old wheels out, put these in. But when you try to fit these after taking the old wheels out, the holes are too big and they just fall out. So to make these new wheels fit, what I did was I put little pieces of aluminium tubing into the holes, and they act as kind of little bearings. And so long as they sit flush with the inside of the side of the inside of the tender there, then these just fit in as they normally would. And as you can just see there, I've got contacts on the front and rear wheels on either side. So that's positive and negative pickup on the front and rear wheels of the tender. And what I used for the pickup is a guitar string. It's the G string from a steel strung acoustic guitar. They are really, it's high tensile steel, so it's very strong, it's very supple, very springy, but you can bend it into position, so it's excellent for use as a pickup. And then I've run a couple of wires through underneath the locomotive and up at the front, and just connected to the positive and negative pickup points. So it was a bit of an operation to do, a little bit of experimentation and trial and error, but we got there, and now it runs nice and smoothly over points. So another thing I've done with this whole Class 2P is replaced the magnet. If you watch my video when I first got this, the magnet was really strong, you know, surprisingly strong given that, you know, this is 47 years old. But I noticed that the running performance was getting poor, you know, it was a bit reluctant to pick up speed, and it just, you know, it just wasn't right at all. And I picked it up and it was really hot, so I thought, oh dear. So I took it apart and the magnet was dead. The magnet had no power in it at all, so it's a bit weird, you know, that this was sitting in a box for goodness knows how long, and you know the magnet seemed fine, really strong, but a little bit of use and no, it just died. So I've replaced it with a neodymium, and that certainly made a huge difference. I'm quite a fan of the neodymium magnets, especially for XO3 and XO4 motors. I just think they're a great solution. What else have I been up to? My little Caledonian pug and its little makeshift tender now has a coal load. I haven't done any more to this. I would like to replace the wires and possibly make new pickups out of the guitar strings as well for this, but at the moment this is working well, so I'm just going to leave well alone. Once it starts having problems, as I'm sure it will at some point, then we'll reconfigure the pickups and redo the wiring. Other than that, it's running fine. The R150, yeah, it's in pieces at the moment. The pickup broke just when I was fiddling about with it. They're quite delicate, these old pickups, so I've got a replacement on the way. I'm going to replace this back bearing. I've got a new bearing for that, see if that helps the noise issue. Still to make a little whistle, and these wheels badly need repainted. So this is just lying in bits at the moment. Alright, okay, let's run the trains.